opening day, New York, 2020. I've been watching some turkeys out in this area for the past month, and they've been coming out pretty much every day. And set up a blind a couple days ago, and I know they work towards the back of this cornfield that's really isolated back in here, away from the road, and nice safe spot where they can view and feed. I set the blind up here, got the decoy out about 15 yards. It's a small blind I'm in, it's a little difficult to get good bow shots, but I'm just gonna try to wait for the perfect opportunity. And if the birds don't cooperate, I'll brought my gun along with me, just in case. So, hopefully we can get one on the ground here in a couple minutes. Hey, I'm gonna give you all the tour of my setup here today. Got the decoy right here. Set up. He's at 15 yards. Just brand new decoy, Montana decoy. It packs really small, so easy to pack in your backpack. Big cut cornfield. And behind me in the blind, kind of up against a gradual hillside and some hardwoods. I just heard one gobble off across the creek. I just heard a gobble his head. Probably about 40 yards back here in the timber. Just as I was filming that bird in the woods behind me, I turn back to settle in for a long sit, and this bird pops out in the field. He's gobbling. He's heading towards my decoy, so maybe this one's alone, no hens, so maybe we'll get lucky. That was intense. After all that, I elected to not shoot him. That Tom from first thing this morning is coming back, and I'm hoping that I'm going to get another chance at him. Hey everyone. I hunted till about 8:30 this morning, May 1st, and went to work for a little while. It's about 11 o'clock. I just got back out to the blind. I think I got a little better setup this time, learned a little bit from this morning. So I just sat down, got the camera on, and there's a gobble right behind me. So I'll see if I can get some film of him and maybe get a shot. Well, he was about 10 yards from the blind, coming around perfect to the decoy, and I moved my feet to get ready to pull my bow back. And he must have heard that. He just turned and walked back the way he came, and now he's just milling around out in here. And now I've run out of legal shooting time. Good morning, everyone. It's May 2nd in New York. I'm in the same blind I was in yesterday. And I spooked that Tom off the roost last night, coming out here to pick up some things I had to leave when I snuck out around lunchtime. And he flew up above the blind, so he's been coming out here every day. Figured I'd give it a try. I got the Jake decoy out, and a hen and the breeder bows in front of him, so we will wait and see. Turkey tour is taken. I haven't ever seen a turkey tip. Pretty good paces. Well, what a morning today. I set up on this bird. I bumped into him down the hill about 500-600 yards, and he was all fanned out when I came up over a knoll, but he did catch a little glimpse of me, so we wandered up the hill, and I snuck around and tried to get above him, but I could never catch up to him, and kept bumping tons of deer, probably a dozen deer, and they took off. I kept making a bunch of racket heading towards where I thought this turkey was, so I thought for sure it would never come together, but eventually I heard him gobble a couple times, and he was near a path where I knew I could get to and maybe sneak up on him. Sure enough, headed up the path and crawled up to within 50 yards of him and a few hens, and the hens wandered off. I didn't seem to spook any of them. So I set up at a tree, figured I'd wait here an hour or two, see if he'd come back after the hens kind of worked their way off. And did a couple soft calls, and just sat down, tried to get things set up, but I didn't even have time to get good footage on the camera and set it up. But he worked his way back in about 10-15 minutes later, off to my right hand side, and I could see his head through the brush. He kind of was heading away, but he got behind a tree, and it was just long enough for me to spin around completely with the gun and stop him. And just lucky to have got him. Lucky to be out here this morning. It's a beautiful morning, and just real thankful. It's actually a double beard. I'll get some good pictures of it. Double beard. Looks like about a 6-inch beard and maybe a 10-inch beard. So I'm pretty pumped, pretty psyched about this bird. So just real happy to be out here and real thankful. Got a response, yeah. Wants us to come in, but we're not gonna. I think he's gonna come in. Well, we just left the blind, and the thing is still gobbling. He's been gobbling all day. I cannot get him to come in. So now we gotta go to church and go and see our mothers, break the quarantine, and hope everyone has a happy Mother's Day and gets to spend some time with their family.